G'day YouTube, welcome back to the workshop. Today I wanted to share with you a super quick technique on how I'm venting my wheel and tyre assemblies when using a 3D printed or silicone molded insert like this. In the past I've always been more of a fan of venting the wheel assembly itself rather than putting holes in the tyres. For me personally, I just find that less dirt and moisture finds its way into the tyre itself. Obviously that is an issue when moving over to these printed or molded inserts because the insert itself blocks the vent hole in the wheel. So I've come up with a way of venting the assembly without putting any holes in the tyres. If you're interested in finding out more, stick around and I'll show you what I came up with. I've been testing out this technique on the front of this caged Suzuki Samurai buggy that I've been working on. I'll do a full build breakdown on this vehicle once I've got everything dialed in the way that I want it. But at the moment, with some quick testing, the venting of the tyre assembly has been working really well. As you can see, air can move in and out of the tyre assembly freely, and this has got the yellow Injora inserts in the front of it. The way that I figured out that I can make this work is when I realised that as the tyre deforms during normal driving, the sidewall itself bulges out, creating an airspace between the sidewall and the insert itself. And that means that the air that's inside these little chambers isn't trapped in there. It can freely move around in a small space between the side of the insert and the sidewall of the tyre. So I just needed a way to make the vent that was already in the wheel itself to have access to that small airspace in the sidewall area. And the way that I did that is by using this 5/32 size hollow punch. That is from this 9-piece set from Harbor Freight. It's a Pittsburgh cheapie set. I think it was about $8. I bought it years ago for a different project, but they've proven to be very handy to have in the toolbox, and it was the ideal tool for what I was trying to achieve by venting these inserts. So all I've done is I've punched a strategically placed hole that goes through each layer of the insert to line up with the hole that's already in the inner ring. And you only have to do that in one spot because the air is able to freely move around the side of the insert itself. I'll give you a little demo on this insert that I haven't punched a hole in yet. And all I'm trying to do is line the punch up in the middle of the insert, trying to get it pretty even so it's not off to one side of the insert at all. Give it a whack with the tapometer. And the result is a nice neat hole in the insert that goes all the way through and can be lined up with the existing hole in the inner ring of the wheel. And that just means if you've been running vented wheels and foams and you want to change it up and switch to a molded or printed insert, you don't have to start cutting holes in the sidewalls of the tyres. You can continue to use your vented wheels normally with this setup. And that's pretty much it. Make sure you hit me up in the comments, guys. Let me know if this is a good idea, if you think it's a terrible idea, and you're going to continue to place the vent hole in the tyre itself. I'm always super interested in hearing your feedback. And that's where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. If you found any value or any useful information in this video, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.